Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here. Mai's here as well, because we've just seen a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, February 2026. We're not going to go into like super, massive detail about our opinions overall about it just yet, but we're going to take you through everything that we saw and some opinions for the things that we have opinions on. It's just like we used to do. But it opened up with Orbitals, which was an interesting opener, I thought. There was a part of me that thought, is this like an old anime or something?
I loved it.
Obviously, it's going for that style, yeah.
Yeah, and I personally love the fact that because my other half was watching with me, the first thing he said was, "Oh, it's like it takes two," and I turned around to him and said, "We're playing this together then." In that case, because we never play games together, and I want him to start playing more games, and I want to play this. So yeah, it's something nostalgic about it. It was really nice.
There was definitely a lot of it takes two sort of DNA about it. Yeah, it looks good. The sort of like intentionally choppy frame rate, I don't know if that's going to slightly get on my nerves potentially, but I'm hoping I'll be able to sort of just relax into it. But even, it's a Switch 2 exclusive, which is really cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can see why they opened with that, because it's like, hey guys, this isn't coming anywhere else. So I can see why they would be excited. That's coming in summer 2026. And then we got to look at two games coming to Switch 1. Almost feel like they didn't need to have like an entire buffer saying, these games, now we're looking at games coming to Switch 1. Bum. Now we're looking at but they did it anyway. We got we got Paranormal Sight, The Mermaid's Curse, which I think quite a lot of people are excited about. I've not actually I don't know whether I've heard of the series before, but
part of me wants to say it. I'm probably wrong at this, but I feel like it's maybe like a DS game originally. I'm not sure, but it looks like it was like a visual novel type thing. Which I'm not really a big visual novel person. However, some of the mechanics in it, like the whole like mirror aspect and a couple of others, my other half said as well, he said, "Oh, it's a bit Subnautica-esque," which was quite funny. But when you're underwater...
There were some sections underwater, yeah. He's not wrong.
Yeah, there was. But no, I think it looked intriguing. I don't know if I'll pick it up, but I hope to find a bit more in it. I do quite like my kind of mystery-ish games. But
yeah, I'm very much in the same boat. It looks intriguing, but I'm not entirely sure it's necessarily for me. It's but I don't know. Wait and see. Don't like to judge things too much. Captain Tsubasa 2 World Fighters. It's football. Are you a football fan?
No.
It's all right. Nor am I. It's got some new special moves, apparently. It's coming to Switch 1, compatible with Switch 2, coming out in 2026. Then we moved on to the meat, the Switch 2 games, some of which are also coming to Switch 1, as they specified. Tokyo Scramble. I thought that looked really cool. I thought it looked cool, yeah. It's like...
It's very Dino Crisis-esque as well.
Yeah.
And the fact that... which I thought it was... I've never really seen this with other kind of game share featured games, that you can have people controlling her, which was really interesting.
Yeah, like different people have different parts of the controls, which I thought... Yeah. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm always open to doing some really weird stuff with games, and, there's a little part of me that got a little sort of a little bit Affordable Space Adventures, which I absolutely loved on Wii U. I like the fact there's no fighting. I think that's an interesting... way to do it. I've often been fascinated on the idea of like 3D action games where there is no combat, no direct combat. Difficult to get right.
Survival, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm part of me. I mean, I kind of hope that there's not going to be like QTE in it, like quick time events. There's a possibility. If that's the only way they can kind of go around it, that'll be interesting, because it is a survival kind of horror game. I don't know. We'll have to see how smart those dinos are, I guess.
Those Xynos, or I think they said Xenos, but that just confuses me, because that makes me think of like Xenomorphs, which in American would be Xenomorph, But maybe that's the point. Maybe they are aliens, alien dinosaurs. stranger things have happened. Not many, admittedly, but stranger things have happened. Just like Valheim, that's coming on the 11th of February, by the way. Valheim coming to Switch too. And the first line in my notes is, bloody hell, that's blurry, but Mai has an explanation for me.
It's supposed to look like that. Okay, so I played...
It's a feature, not a bug.
It's a feature. It's an artistic style. It's a choice. So I played so much of this on PC when it initially came out, because it was on early access when I first played it. And it's so much fun, but also it's a little bit creepy at sorts, but it's genuinely so much fun to make. I'm such a huge sandboxy survival fan, so the fact that you can play by yourself, you can play with other people, it makes me happy. But yeah, it's supposed to look blurry. There's a reason it's Potato Vision.
I'll take your word for that, because I've
heard demake.
A demake, okay. I've heard of Valheim, but I've not really known much about it. It looks interesting. All I know is that, well, I mean, they kind of showed it off. It is like grotesque survival, in the sense they had a fire and it's like, hey, you're warm, and then you died because there was no ventilation.
Yeah, and if you're out for too long, you freeze to death.
Die of exposure, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, like, you are someone who dies and you're trying to make it to Valhalla, so you have to fight all these different gods and whatnot in order to reach Valhalla. It's so good, but it's also like, if you're a bit like me, you might get a little bit like, for some of the enemies, but yeah, it's a good time. It's a really... Oh, and also if you get too wet, like, for example, you get too cold and die of exposure and all that kind of stuff.
Again,
it can be brutal,
like
but then
life.
it can... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it's genuinely a really fun game. At least I found it really fun.
Well, we'll look forward to that in 2026 then. But today, we can look forward to Hollow Knight Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, which... I'll be honest, it's a free upgrade. I've not got any qualms whatsoever, but it is relatively kind of like minor in terms of upgrade. It's just resolution bump and maybe 120 frames a second mode. I don't know. We haven't had a chance to check it out yet, but it is available today. Pretty cool. Never going to argue with that, especially as a freebie. Come on. eFootball Kickoff. I don't know about you, Mai, but I love 25 frames a second. It really makes me feel nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's a football game again.
I glazed over when that came up. I was like, oh.
Yeah. All I've written in my notes are, I love 25 frames a second. Multiplayer, summer 2026. We're not the right people to talk about that. I don't know whether it's any good.
Know.
Yeah. But then we also got another look, not that we've not had looks before, at The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales, which a lot of you talked about in the comments, actually, of our video that we recorded the day before today. I could have just said yesterday, which I'd forgotten about because it's not really on my radar. HD2D famously couldn't give a monkeys, don't like it.
I think it's so pretty. I love the HD2D style. I mean, I loved Octopath, to be honest. So I am genuinely excited for Adventures of Elliot. Anything Octopath style or that kind of art style, I love it. So I'm the minority on the channel, I suppose.
Well, no, you're 50%. There's two of us. We are both the majority and the minority. It's an equal split. That's coming out on the 18th of June. What's coming out today, however, is Super Bomberman Collection, including a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, which it's, I don't know, fair enough, but okay. It includes Super Bomberman 1 to 5, as well as the Famicom Bomberman 1 and 2. It's got a boss rush mode, game share compatibility, Switch 1 and Switch 2. It's Bomberman, innit?
Yeah.
No, you know.
I was going to say, what I found about interesting of that is 2 different release dates, though, innit?
Were they?
Yeah, so digital is later on today, and physical is available in August.
Okay, physical. I thought you meant Switch 1 and Switch 2 had different release dates.
No. God,
that would be bonkers.
That. Yeah.
Madness. Who'd do that? Someone's probably done that. But then we got a big one. We talked about it in our video, I think, like right towards the end, didn't we?
Very briefly, yeah. You were like, fun fact, is coming out.
Oh, yes, yeah. Of course, yeah. Because we yeah. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Obviously, it's a known quantity. Still really pleased. It seems to be running pretty well overall. I don't think it's looking quite as solid in terms of its performance as Remake, but we don't know how old this footage is. It could be that it's going to run even better, or it could just be that due to the fact that it's much more open, it's more demanding and stuff like that. It still looks great. I still think it looks fantastic. And it's coming on the 3rd of June. 3rd of June?
So excited. So soon.
It's just around the corner. Very much like Pragmata. The next game. Pragmata, which... Okay, so we spoke to Ollie, and we have no idea what version, what build Ollie was playing, but he said very, sort of very affirmatively, 30 frames a second was the demo he played. What they showed here was 60 frames a second, and I was like, oh my god, are they accidentally showing the wrong footage? And then it kept being 60 frames a second. And it looks good. Considering it's going for 60, it looks good.
I think it looks really pretty.
There are some instances...
It looks really snappy as well.
Yeah,
for me,
yeah.
Anyway.
There are some instances where there are like no shadows under the characters at times and things like that, but we're talking minor grievances. It'd be nice if there was a toggle between 60 and 30 as a, performance and quality mode, and just for options as much as anything. But I would go with the 60 frames a second anyway, so, I shouldn't complain too much. Very impressive for what we've seen. 24th of April. Oh,
yeah. Demo available today as well, which is going to be great.
I'm going to be giving that a go. Or I would be if I didn't have to work on something else. Then we got Turok Origins. You ever played any of the Turok games?
I know of them, but no, not played them before. They always kind of intrigued me a bit. Again, and
weird, aren't they?
Another dino game.
Yeah. Another dinosaur game. This one's in space, sort of in space.
Planet thing.
It's visually really quite impressive. It's 30 frames a second again, but I don't know anything about Origins. I'd never even heard of it. And then it turns out that it is kind of a known quantity. But what is interesting is that they said autumn 2026. There has been no release date for any platform, as far as I can tell, which was very short amount of research, mid-direct. No previously announced release date, so that's pretty cool.
Am I right in saying it's an online game though? Because I have in my notes saying online, but I don't know if it had like single player or not. But I think it's just multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine you can play it by yourself, but yeah, I thought, sort of, at least from a visual standpoint, I thought, hey, this actually looks really different for like a third person or first person shooter. Just visually, I just thought that's quite striking. I like that.
Yeah, quite pretty.
Yeah.
Very like Avatar-esque in a way, with some of like the areas, because of like the
there's
the
a real
flora and fauna.
There's a real
and stuff,
Ba Sing Se flavor to it, isn't there?
What?
That's a different Avatar.
Okay.
That's
There's
the
that
last
secret
Airbender.
tunnel Avatar. That's the only thing I know of Avatar. Yeah.
Then we had Kyoto Xanadu, which was... I could not pin down the genre for this. At times it was a side-scroller, then it was a 3D action combat thing. Life sim.
I have in my notes, I have like Persona-esque action platform RPG side-scrolling sort of.
Yeah.
That's what I had on there. Because at first I was like, oh, this is like Persona, and then it went side-scrolling. I'm like, what is this? But, I mean, it piqued my interest because it's, some things, RPGs, all the things.
I thought it was quite funny how... I don't know if it was at this point, whether it was before this one or after. I think it might have been after, where they said, look forward to these anime-style games.
And amazing.
Yeah, and I just like...
Amazing games.
I don't know, I just thought it was a strange thing to do, but, fair enough. Yeah, it's coming to Switch 1 and 2. Yeah, it looks intriguing enough. It's not really my cup of tea, but I'm pleased you're excited about it. I
am, yeah. I don't know if it's already an established series or not, but I'm going to give it a go. Why not?
Yeah, I've not heard of it before, but, who knows? Someone in the comments let us know. Ha! Then we had Digimon Story Time Stranger. It's set 8 years in the past, and there's a quality mode and a performance mode on the Switch too. I've got to be honest, I've never cared for Digimon. I always, when I was younger especially, I compared it to Pokemon, and I was like, it's not as good as Pokemon. The designs, even back then, I knew the designs were a little bit overdone.
So I watched a bit of Digimon when I was younger, because obviously Pokemon, I was like, oh, again, it's like Pokemon. But it wasn't until maybe a couple of years ago, my friend really likes Digimon, that we played the GameCube game. I think it's like, not Digimon Story, but it's like a Smash Digimon game, almost. And he's got a few other Digimon games. I didn't mind it. It was a fun GameCube game. But I don't know, as fun as I like, much as I like my RPGs, I might just still stick with Pokemon. I don't know.
Yeah,
Even though
I mean,
that
obviously,
looks a lot prettier.
it's going for, well, yeah. It's going for something completely different here. And, you know, it looks fine enough, but yeah, I can't say it excites me personally. That's not a flaw, it's a feature. Honestly, I felt very similarly about the next game, Granblue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok, which is just a series of words at this point, I swear. I don't know. I'm afraid I don't really have anything to say about it. I just looked okay. Not really my thing.
Local and online multiplayer. That's all I wrote down on there. Like, it looked pretty.
Oh yeah, it looked good.
Nothing really kind of like, okay.
I don't think
there's always an audience for these type of games anyway. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like what they showed didn't really give a great explanation as to what the game's about and why you should be interested, but I don't know. If that's something that really excites you, let us know in the comments down below, because that would be super duper. We like it when people are excited about things. Much like I'm excited about Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection.
I thought you might be.
Obviously, there wasn't really much new information as far as I can tell revealed there, except even the release date. I'm fairly certain we knew the release date, or at least the release window, 13th of March, but there's a demo available to flippin' day. So make sure you download it now. After you finish watching the video. Please don't tank our watch time.
Please don't.
Are you excited for Monster Hunter Stories? You played any of them?
I have friends who keep telling me to play them, but again, like I play so many like long play time games, runtime games. I have had is it Sunbreak? I've had that on my wish list for quite a while. Like
yeah, that ain't a stories game.
I know it's different, I know. But no, never played the stories games. I've never played the original Monster Hunter games, but I keep being told to play them. So.
You should. They're flipping
now
good.
I've got time to-ish.
Perhaps. Yeah, I was really hoping for Wilds, but
I know,
you know,
yeah.
You can't expect everything, can you? Arcade Archives were like, hey guys, we've got Rave Racer coming on the 26th of Feb. And I was like, okay, good for you, sir. But then they announced...
great soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. But then they announced something strange. They announced Console Archives, a brand new series. Doraemon, Sonic Wings Special, which has nothing to do with hedgehogs, Cool Borders, Ninja Gaiden 2, and, some of them are coming out today. And it's interesting, but I can't help but feel that there's already a lot of, like, the big games from consoles have already been re-released. And don't get me wrong, I always think that smaller games should absolutely be released as well, particularly for preservation purposes. But I do wonder whether maybe this is, I don't know, too niche an audience? What do you think?
I mean, I was genuinely excited because I loved playing Cool Borders when I was younger, and I played a little bit in... You've not played it? Oh God, it's good fun. Like, it's I originally played it on PlayStation, and because I had a PlayStation growing up. But I'm genuinely excited for more people. It's got a really good soundtrack. I mean, I personally really liked the tracks on it. I was quite young when I played it, so I just kind of did whatever. I'm personally excited, especially like you say, from a preservation standpoint, but also. This is the archives. The arcade archives is how I managed to rediscover some games that I grew up with, which was really nice, and being able to play it on consoles which are no longer a thing anymore. Like, as far as I'm aware, that's it's part of the Neo Geo. The archives has got that as well. It's got some of the Neo Geo games.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Neo Geo games.
And that's how I played Rodland and Puzzle Bobble and stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Neo Geo games, I think, are also included under arcade archives, I think, because, I mean, Neo Geo... sort of was. I mean, it was an arcade. It was a multi-cart system for arcades, but there was also the home console version. It's the sort of thing enthusiasts will, explain to me properly in the comments. It's just, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a bad thing, and I'm pleased. Maybe I'm wrong about it, and that actually there is a broader audience than I anticipated. That'd be good. And yeah, there's a part of me wondering if I did play Cool Borders, because I remember going around friend's house. George, hello if you're watching. Sometimes you do. And it was, he had a PlayStation, I didn't. And I just remember playing and oftentimes just watching, because that's just how we rolled, a snowboarding game on PlayStation. So it's entirely possible that was that.
It probably was. I can't remember if there was any others.
But it might have been another one, but you never know. But anyway, maybe...
That was the most popular.
Maybe I'll play it and I'll go, oh my god, I remember now. But, we'll wait and see. Then we got a whole sizzle reel, and sizzle reels are terrible for my RSI. Not that I have an RSI, thankfully. But we had Scott Pilgrim EX coming out on the 3rd of March. We knew that already. Another, which I'm really excited for that. I hope it's as good, if not better, than the original. But the original was like so sort of its time.
Scott Pilgrim, yeah.
Yeah.
Loved it so much. I listened to the soundtrack so much.
Anna Managuchi know what they're doing, don't they?
Oh,
fantastic. Another Eden Begins coming in the summer. Reanimal coming on the 13th of February. We know that. Reminded, Reanimal. WWE 2K26, 13th of March. Looked a bit crunchy, but,
I just saw Rhea Ripley and I got excited. So
I'm
not even a
is.
WWE person. Oh, she's Mummy, basically. She's fantastic. You have to look her up. She's a great Australian wrestler. I'm not into WWE. I was when I was younger, but she's
she's
her. Funny.
You're just into her.
She's great, yeah.
Well, guess what I'm into? Star Trek Voyager. Journey. I didn't write down the full title because I didn't have time because the sizzle reel's so quick. And it's coming out on the 18th of February. I'm still, it looks, surprisingly crisp on there, but, again, I just hope it gets a little bit more fun when you get a little bit more into it. Disney Dreamlight Valley Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, 25th of March. Couldn't give a monkey's about Disney.
It's better than the original one. I never played it on Switch, but I heard it ran really badly. So I'm hoping that it runs better for fellow cozy people. But it's fun.
Yeah. It's fine. Doesn't intrigue me, but guess
too many
what?
DLCs for it, but
I don't have to like everything.
No. I'll do that for
much
you.
like PGA Tour 2K25 on the 6th of February. That's tomorrow.
Bit late.
Who knows? Who rightly knows? I don't know. I like golf games, but I like them when they're a bit more fun and fantastical, which is funny because I hate real life golf. Not in terms of like the sport itself, just the culture around it. I think it's. I used to work at a hotel and golf club, and we got some serious. We'll call them contenders come in to use the golf course, and they made my day less boring, shall we say? If I'm being really kind, and I mean really kind. Cul-de-sac begins 16th of July. Goat Simulator 3 coming out on the 1st of April because of course it is.
Love Goat Simulator.
It was not running well. It was running really poorly, I thought.
But I just saw Goat Simulator, typed it down, and didn't get to properly look.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the problem with Sizzle Reel when you're taking notes. Shadow Tactics, Blades of the Shogun, 18th of March. Tales of Arise. I nearly typed Tales of Arse by accident. Beyond the Dawn edition, 22nd of May. But then we got into the... We're done with the meeting now. We're on to the full fat, the great big, wonderful, gristly bit. Resident Evil Requiem. It's still targeting 60 frames a second. It still looks great, considering the platform it's on. The only thing is, at one point they showed a green herb and it had a weird, like, white, jaggedy outline, and I was like...
I noticed that.
Yeah, it looked like somebody had gone, sort of select on the white background and deleted
Photoshop.
it. Yeah. The performance is definitely variable. I would say that could be fixed, sort of come release, we don't know. But what I thought was so funny, and we already spoke very briefly about it, was the fact that they didn't show any gore.
Just Nintendo being safe, I guess, but...
It honestly feels like whoever was recording the gameplay and they were told, no gore. Don't shoot anything. Don't do anything like this. And so they were like, Leon can shoot.
Off.
And Leon was like, yeah, aim. Oh, miss. It was so funny.
He became a not Starship Trooper. What am I talking about? That's another thing.
A stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper. Starship Trooper.
I think they should retcon in the next special edition of Star Wars and call them Starship Troopers just to please
I'm doing my part.
just to make you right. But yeah, it looks great. I'm really excited for it. You know, we talked about it plenty of times before.
There were little things which I don't know if I had picked up on before that I think have been handy for me because I can be a little bit bad at aiming at times, especially if I'm going, aim assist. Also, the fact that from what I saw in the menu, you can select per character which perspective you want in, which is quite handy, and like change it any time. So like I saw like Grace, they changed it on the fly, and then underneath it had a different perspective for Leon. So pretty handy.
That's a nice feature because Leon's gameplay seemed the most, well, understandably, kind of Resi 4-esque. Mm-hmm. And, you know, obviously Grace is a bit more...
kind of more Ethan-y. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So I think it's cool that you've got that option. You know, never argue with options. Really like them.
No.
I think I'll probably do first person personally for both of them, but I might change my mind when I play the game. We'll have to wait and see. We also got Resi 7 and 8, didn't we? But we knew that. Looking forward to that. They also announced Grace Amiibo and Leon Amiibo. They give you skins in-game. And I think if you're going to do Amiibo, that's a good way of doing it. What's that face for?
But they did my boy dirty. He looked a bit...
Didn't look amazing, did it?
No, he looked like he'd been in the rain. And not in a good way. Not in a good way.
He's just a sad boy who's been stuck in the rain.
My boy!
Let me in. I'm in the rain.
I'll feed him some soup, it's fine.
What flavour?
But no, I mean, like, here you go, have some bread. Anyway.
That's not a flavour of soup.
Oh, so no, I mean, have bread with the soup.
I said what flavour and you went, have some bread.
Bread soup does sound nice, though.
Oh, it probably exists, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's probably quite nice.
Even though they do look a little bit Temu-esque, I might just get the amiibos anyway, just because I want to get the game. I want to play the game and overcome my wimpishness, and I want them to look nice in the process, so let's give them extra outfits. Why not?
I mean, a lot of third-party amiibo don't look quite as good as the first-party ones, which I think is interesting. Parts of that may be that Nintendo nearly always has a style to their games which lends itself to, you know, that sort of side of things more easily. I don't know. But either way, is what it is. But then we got the final thing, which means that there was no Elden Ring, which...
Makes Alex a sad boy.
I can't get my head around it. It's like, come on, this would have been so easy. Even if they just showed a tiny bit more gameplay and they said, it's coming, guys, chill out. But no. Instead, we got the Todd Howard special, where we got a look at 3 upcoming Bethesda games, or rather 3 games that have already been released on other platforms coming to Switch 2, that being Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. So, I tell you what, let's do it in reverse order.
Yeah.
Just, you'll see why. We've already talked briefly. So, Oblivion, I thought looked pretty damn good overall. Looks like it's leaning a lot on DLSS upscaling, but yeah, I think it looked great. There are some shots that were 60 frames a second, which was weird. I mean, I'm guessing there isn't a performance mode, but it'd be really cool if there was. Yeah, have you played Oblivion?
I've played. I haven't. No, actually, funny enough, I have played a bit of Oblivion. It was my first Bethesda game, but I didn't play much of it. I played it and I was like, I don't really like this, and then I found out Fallout existed, and now I'm a Fallout person. I'm a Vault Dweller now. But my other half really, really likes Oblivion. Like I said to him, I'll get it for you, and we could play it. You could play it on my Switch. There you go. But no, I genuinely think it looked really, really pretty for considering it's Oblivion, what I remember it looking like back on the Xbox. So I might give it another go.
It was a vibe, wasn't it? Stop right there, criminal scum. You can't do the lip syncing in real life because God, it was something else, wasn't it? Indiana Jones, I thought looked really good. There were some areas that looked better than others, but certainly like in the low light settings, it really looked like I was sort of like double taking.
It's a heavy game.
Is that?
It's a heavy game, so I'm quite surprised how good it looks.
Is this going to be the first ray tracing game on Switch? Because it requires ray tracing on other platforms.
Yeah, I remember when the PC version came out, it was
It might only be the PC version
crashy.
that requires ray tracing. I'm not 100% sure. But it is, even if it's just very light or something like that, it's going to be really interesting. And I mean, maybe there's been a game prior on Switch 2 that's already used ray tracing, but I'm not aware of it. Either way, I think it looked really good. I'm really actually quite pleased. I didn't get to finish the game on Game Pass before I decided not to pay for Game Pass anymore. So I can play on this. 12th of May, it's coming out. Pretty tasty.
I really want to give it a go, definitely.
Yeah, Oblivion's coming on just in 2026, so who knows. And then we had Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, which, Jesus.
I'm so upset. Like, genuinely. Like, I was saying before that I'm not surprised, but also I'm disappointed. Like,
I think that's a good way to put it.
What the heck was going on with that? I've played it on every platform, as we've said in a previous video. So I'm a big Fallout person. And it looked like PS3, Xbox 360 graphics, in my opinion. It just looked really not good.
Yeah.
It looked crunchy. It was a jacket potato. It just...
I don't know, I like jacket potatoes and I didn't like the look of this.
Yeah, it's just...
I think, again, we discussed this briefly before the call recording. God. How you doing, Gertie?
You're right.
We imagine it's probably an engine thing. At the end of the day, Fallout 4 is running on an older engine. Oblivion is running
10 years
on...
old.
Oblivion's running on two engines. It's running on the Creation Engine and Unreal 5, which is interesting that it's running two at the same time. Not unheard of, but still. Fallout 4 is running on... I don't know. Is it the Creation Engine still?
Creation. So it's on Creation. From what I can tell, I imagine is an updated version of Creation. I thought Oblivion was only on Unreal 5.
No, it's running both instances at once. I think
Both
it might just be
instances.
some things of the Creation Engine. I don't think it's
Maybe.
necessarily like rendering the game twice or anything weird like that. But there is
Okay.
definitely still some Creation Engine stuff in there. And that's,
I would imagine Fallout 4 is an updated version of the Creation engine. Otherwise, I don't know how they would support Creation Club as well. Because of all the mods and everything that's on there and special fancy things. I am secretly hoping that maybe they decide, let's do... I doubt it, because Bethesda, they'll do like a quality and performance mode. But if they were going to do that, then they would have shown quality footage.
Well, I think they would have done it on Skyrim as well. Skyrim has some of the same issues. But then Skyrim was running well enough.
Skyrim
on
runs
Switch
better.
1.
It looks better, in my opinion.
Skyrim is admittedly a generation before Fallout 4. I'm well aware of that. But even so, like the lighting, like the shadows look awful in this. And there are certain instances where there are no shadows at all, no ambient occlusion. It just looks terrible. There's the shot with the
Dogmeat looked like he was
Mr.
floating
Handy.
at one point.
Sorry?
Dogmeat looked like he was slightly floating at one point.
Yeah, but the scene in the school in the vault with Mr. Handy, and nothing's got any shadows, and Mr. Handy looks like he's made of about 200 polygons. It just looks rough, and you just sort of think, I genuinely believe that the original looks better. Like, genuinely. And again, engines, compatibility. I'm well aware it's not, sort of a straight, just drag and drop it onto the new system. I'm well aware of that. But even so, I don't think it's asking much to put the effort in to make a game make the most of the platform as best as you can. And we are just not getting that in this instance. I think it's so disappointing. And some of the shots were 60 frames a second, so they were probably taken on PC.
It just makes me feel like Bethesda have kind of cut corners with that, and especially if I were them, I would have made more of an effort with the Switch 2 edition, considering how buggy it was on a few months ago on other platforms and PC. Like game breaking, that's how bad it was before. And we all know how buggy Fallout is regardless anyway. Like I won't talk about the other like New Vegas or Fallout 3 on PC alone on console, but yeah, Fallout 4 is a buggy game. Like I couldn't even finish until like a year later Nuka World because there was a game breaking bug. I couldn't complete it. So yeah,
love
it's fixed
that.
now. I finished Nuka World now, but like that was just not happy. And I was really hoping that with the anniversary edition, they would actually do better, you know?
It's really, it is really disappointing. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've run Fallout 4 on my Steam Deck. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure I have. Mm-hmm. And I'm fairly certain it runs fine on Steam Deck. And again,
it runs pretty good on Windows.
Yeah, again, I know different processors, different all this. I know it's not apples to apples, but we know the raw power that the Switch 2 is capable of. We have seen Final Fantasy VII Remake. We have seen Rebirth. We have seen other games made by Bethesda coming to this platform, and they look better, even though they're more modern. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm really, really disappointed in this.
Cutting corners to focus on Elder Scrolls. That's what I think it might be.
Elder Scrolls 6, do you reckon?
That or the Oblivion remaster.
Maybe.
They'll just be like, okay, dish it out. There you go. Bye.
Well, admittedly, Oblivion...
or focus on 76.
Yeah, can really sort of like... really take advantage of DLSS and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I imagine the pipeline's more modern on that as well, so it makes sense that it would be easier, but it feels almost like they put the same amount of effort into each, and Fallout 4 has just suffered as a result. Some shots look alright, most of it looks rubbish, frankly.
It looks dog meat.
It does look dog meat. If it was releasing on Switch 1, in that state, I'd say, wow, that's a really impressive port. Mm-hmm. But not for Switch 2. It's not good enough. I'm really disappointed.
Especially when you have games like Cyberpunk able to run on Switch 2
at 40 frames a second. More games haven't been taking advantage of that. I've been a bit disappointed. But still. So,
I'm upset.
My final thoughts, score out of 10 for this partner showcase.
6.
Yeah.
That's being generous.
Yeah, I think 6, bang on. Like
Fallout brought it all the way down.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But it wasn't like the blowout that I wanted it to be. There was so much more potential to do much more with it. In theory, obviously. The fact that they missed out on Elden Ring, I still feel is baffling. I'm not like standing here blaming Nintendo or anything like that. We don't know whose fault it was that it wasn't included. Could be FromSoft, could be Bandai, could be Nintendo.
Could be a good sign,
we just don't know.
Sorry? Could be a good sign. It could be a good sign, though, that meaning that they're taking a little bit longer to get it all.
Well, yeah,
chef's
but
kiss.
As I said, even if they just had a bit of footage and they just went, chill out, guys, it's coming.
It's still coming.
I don't think it's going to take. I hope it's not going to take them another year. Let me put it that way. But yeah, some good stuff. A lot of stuff that were a lot of known factors, though, like Resident Evil, Requiem, and Pragmata, which admittedly is still really pleased to see those games. But yeah, didn't blow me out the waters.
It's a shame.
But still, overall, I'd say it was all right. Some nice stuff in there. I was pleased to see Oblivion remastered and Indiana Jones and the Big Circle.
I thought you might be.
And yeah, it looks like that there's more support coming for Switch 2. That's my takeaway from this. But that's all, folks. What did you think? Let us know with a comment down below. But for now, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you Fallout 4, that subscribe button. No, don't! It's horrible! And be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye. What the hell was I talking about? Fallout 4, that subscribe button.
You worry me.